Hello everyone, I'm Locum23, and this is going to be a completely unscripted video. God help us, and bear with me. But this is going to be coming from my heart as well as my mind. It's going to be covering a few things that vary all the way from the channel to things going on with me, as well as to the biggest elephant in the room, which is to address the recent statement I made at the end of a Choices video about the channel coming to an end. So let's just go ahead and dive into it. For the few select people who have cared to get to know me, have cared to tune into my streams and whatnot, they know that I am suffering from several health conditions, but the biggest and most detrimental one is my lungs. And long story short, if anyone has to happen to have a good pair of lungs laying around, let me know. Otherwise, I've been told that I will be lucky if I make it to 40 years old. With that being said, in September, I have a couple appointments starting at the very beginning of September, as well as some tests, and then a procedure that is to be done on me that has a very low chance of me coming out of it. Long story short, the reason why I made the statement at that end of the video is I'm dealing with a lot. And as you just had kind of like that bomb dropped on you, clearly you can tell I am. I've been wanting to get a lot of my projects that I've started on this channel completed, like some of the chapters, books, diamond editions that I promised all of you, because I care enough and I don't want to be one of those content creators that is fickle enough to say, jump or leap from project to project to project and not finish them and leave you guys wanting more or kind of baiting you to the channel or things like that. I want to be one of those people that completes each and every project. And we've had some bumps along the way, whether it be health or channel strikes from people just wanting to be angry little trolls to a whole field of things. But as you've seen as of late, I've been pumping out quite the amount of content at 200 plus hours of content a month, and basically I've been bottlenecking that. And because of the thing that's happening in September, pretty much the floodgates will be allowed to be open, and a lot of content that I've held back from posting on the channel will be posted because I want to get those things posted and taken care of, so you guys will have the content that I promised you. Unfortunately, I will not be able to travel into the future and cover the games that I promised you that I would cover that will be coming out, but at least I'll get the current projects that I have taken care of, or promised you taken care of. It's been a ride, hasn't it? It's been a really ride. I want to say it's been awesome, and it has been for you guys that actually genuinely care, that you guys have stuck around. Thank you. That's all I can really say is thank you. For the handful of you who have supported this channel via monetary means and whatnot, you have helped my life, helped my brothers, and everything else when I needed you the most. And I want to thank you. It's been very hard for me to even speak out and ask if people want to support, let alone during moments when I really need support to actually have people come and support me. I've always been a person who has supported everyone else, always. And I've never been the type of person to go, please help me. And I've never got to that point yet, and I don't think I ever will, but I have asked in other ways. But you guys have been awesome. And thank you for making me at least a little happy. There will be one of two videos coming out that are about me, from me, by the way. I told myself I wasn't gonna cry. I'm sorry. But I knew I would at the end of this, or by the end of it. One of which is about my life. and the things that I've endured and the things done to me and things that you've never thought possible could be done to people, but have been done. That video is something that I've pushed really hard to get done, and slowly. I mean, I don't know how many times I've deleted it, much like when I've just wanted to type out things that have been done to me. I've ended up deleting them countless times, and my friends have called me on it. And they've talked about how I need to talk about these things, that my friends, while they are not immediate friends, they are real, or online friends that have been my friends for 15 plus years that don't really know me. I'm usually not very talkative in terms of who I am, and when it comes to who, what, when, where, and all about me, I typically keep very quiet. I'm very off-putting. I'm an introvert when it comes to things that of my personal nature, as well as other things. I don't like talking about it, but I figure if I'm going to leave this earth, I want people to know my story, and I want people to really know me. And that's one of the reasons why I made this community, for us to get to know one another. And I have felt so alone my entire life, and when I finally post this video, it will be right before the procedure. Because this is going to be exposing my soul, my scars. It's going to be me completely naked to the world. And that's one of the reasons why I made the statement about I don't know if I'll be coming back, whether I make it through the procedure or not. People on one side will finally understand, and people that I have been battling for going on 2 years will use it. Like I said, I feel so alone. I've kind of vented stuff in our Discord about the things people have done, the way I have felt. I felt so alone. You know, long story short, if you're new to the channel, I'm sorry. There's just been a group of individuals who have hated me for no reason, who have went around and said I'm all sorts of things with no proof. They are a group of individuals who have literally tried to fabricate proof about me. They have went out and made accounts saying they're me, and then they've had conversations with people. And they've used that, and they've drove people away from me. Very recently, I've lost some people who were following me for a very long time. And some of my friends who have known me, like I said before, who have known me for 14, 15 plus years, who are, are my, well, one of them's, Ben Perrini he's the guy who, is a really great guy. He's kind of irked, just irritated, things like that, how people are being so easily swayed. Or just up and abandoning the community or whatnot for whatever, like, selfish reasons or, things like that. And then at the same time, then they're taking, maybe they brought someone with them to this community, and then they're taking those, and it's just, it's a really stupid situation of a group of individuals who has so much power because they can do whatever they want. And long story short, unless you receive a message, unless you see a tweet officially from my account, which are always down in the description down below, unless you see messages strictly from me, which I'm not going to reach out to anyone particular, I'm just saying, and specifically, ever, who I don't know, and I'm not going to sit there and start talking to you about a lot of these things that people have tried to frame me on. And I've been, like I said, dealing with this for going on 2 years. People quite don't understand how a group of individuals just have so much time to waste, and they've seen screenshots, they've seen everything, and yet on the other side, for the accusatory side, we had even invited them into our Discord, the whole 9 yards, and they had no proof. We gave them 48 hours, and they had no proof. I just wanted to see, because I want to be held accountable. I want people to say, here is a screenshot from officially this is your Twitter, the post is still there, Facebook or whatever, talking about these things. And none of it's never happened. People don't have proof. Then I've got people who are specifically talking to people in my community, who are messaging them, and that's been a thing that I've talked about a couple times, and trying to sway them away, trying to pull them away. And then they sit in their Discord, they sit between one another, and they talk about these things. And the only reason that I know about these things and the screenshots and whatnot is because one person finally actually cared to, get to know me versus following their band of merry men on the assault of me. And for a long time I kept it quiet, and then I finally started coming out, and they got to know me, and they've shared a lot and wanted me to not include them by name, because they've kept sharing things with me and sharing personal discussions and whatnot that they were having with one-on-one or whatnot about what these individuals were doing to this community. I mean, again, as I've said for years, a community makes the content creator. The content creator does not make the community. And long story short, I don't want to rant and rave, but I have felt so alone because of it. I really have, because I see, and I am jealous, I am envious of other content creators who talk about their communities. And they talk about how awesome it is that, they've got people who share their content and talk about their content. And even there are some good trolls in this world. There are some that they'll make gifs or something, and they'll be like, LOL, you died in that game, and there's a gif of you dying and things like that. And that's a good troll, in my opinion. But I've had such maliciousness, and I've never, I thought, well, one day someone's gonna care, right? Someone's gonna speak up for me or whatnot. And that point, I guess it never did come, it never did go, and it never will come. But I have fought the good fight, and that is one of the things that is driving me to say, I think it's time to hang my hat, or I don't know, but I feel like it. And I just want to be honest with you guys. That's why, I'm always honest with people, I don't know why some people do what they do, and I don't understand that. I don't know why people want to hurt people maliciously for no point and purpose other than doing it. I don't know why people fabricate things about people with no evidence just to hurt people. I don't know why we live in this world. I don't know why right now we want to tweet more about Sony, David Coe, or all these other peoples versus the Amazon rainforest that's burning. I don't know why, my friend tells me that good things in this world don't get as much, coverage versus toxic. And you're one of those creators that what's there to share, what's there to do, what's there to talk about, what's there to, these people are just stupid. I'll leave a comment saying these people are stupid and I'll move on because it doesn't affect me. But if your content creator suddenly just up and just gone because of this, because how many people have quit platforms and quit Instagrams and Facebooks and everything because they have these malicious people that keep attacking them and attacking them and attacking them to the point of them saying, you know what, I got this community, but I feel so alone. And then you have people who are really depressed that just want to surround themselves with the good people. They want support. They want a community. They want to support one another. And I've talked about this a lot recently, that I feel like I have kind of like a Robin Williams thing. Everyone knows that I've dealt with depression. I've always been open about that. Always defending of anyone and everyone that suffers from it. There is no cure for it. I wish there was, but there isn't. There's ways to treat it, deal with the symptoms, things like that. I'm talking, my nose is getting more stuffed up. I knew I should have waited to turn on the feels trip till the end. But trying to make you laugh. I've dealt with a lot, and I still deal with a lot. There's times I want to talk about it, or there's times I want to go do things. I even fantasize about certain things. Just removing myself from this earth. I have thought about it. I've even tried it multiple times throughout my life, and I suffer. I really do. But it's this doing what I do has also been a blessing. Because it's nice when, for instance, when I started on Mixer recently, I had the biggest viewage I have ever had on Twitch or YouTube on day one. And it was amazing. And then all these other big creators started to come over to Mixer, and then it gets diluted, and it's like, okay, well, I thought this was supposed to be a community platform, and you know, it's just complicated, and I could sit here and explain things to you for hours, and you'd be like, oh my god, being a content creator is a bit harder than it seems. You know, everybody thinks you just turn on the camera and just go. I mean, I'm gonna be honest with you. I look at my recycling bin, trying to do this. And, are you sure you want to permanently delete these 48 items? I've taken 48 takes of this video, and finally I just said, I couldn't even get past the first 30 seconds. I just finally was like, you know what, I'm just gonna say screw it. And just be raw. Be as raw as I can be. And be me. Like I said, if you ever want to talk about things, whether it be me or you, you know, it's been nice. It's been nice to sit here and say and talk to people. It's been nice where and I've talked about this many times on my stream, where it's nice to have someone who is, I'm straight, but I'm open-minded. And anyone who's got to know me knows I am. And it's weird for me, but incredibly awesome when someone comes to me and goes, I want to come out, but I know my parents hate me and whatnot. And you've gone through some stuff, you know, with your, you know, parental upbringing. Do you like here's my situation, and I give them feedback. I give them the best possible feedback I can, because I support, you know, everyone. I you know, as long as you aren't a person who, like I mentioned a couple minutes ago, who wants to maliciously hurt someone, I want to get to know you. I think it's incredible when I sit on stream and someone pops in and I'm like, hey, haven't seen you in a couple days, and I know them by name. Or I ask them how's their day, or I thank them for a follow or a subscribe or something. I love that. I love being able to sit there and talk on stream and talk to people. And getting back to what I said earlier is, I feel like I have the Robin Williams thing where I love doing that, but when I sit and I have all these negative energy, negative people that keep attacking me and attacking me and attacking me, and you're trying to take things serious, I can't turn off social media. You guys can. I don't know how many people have told me, well, I don't have a Twitter. Well, I don't have a Facebook. Well, I don't have, you know, and that's, and it's, that must be nice. There are pros to having those, and there are negatives and cons. Right now, I look at my recording software and I'm like, I want to delete this video, and I'm trying so hard not to. Because I'm letting myself be seen for who I am, a person. I'm going, hey, we're now at 20 minutes. These people have probably stopped watching your video at 3 minutes in, if not sooner. And unfortunately, we live in a very statistical world. And if you ever want me to show you that, I can. Where I look at YouTube analytics and I see when people stop watching me. I see where I lose people. I don't know why, but I see. I see the average person that comes to my channel isn't a subscriber, and I wish you were. I hear people tell me, you're underrated, you're underwatched. I agree, but I don't know how to change that. I battle with my own depression. It's hard getting up every day. It's hard sleeping because you gotta reach over the nightstand and you gotta. Suddenly you're having difficulty breathing while you're asleep. And you can either give in, or at least what it feels like sometimes, giving in. Whereas if you're being, snuffed out by a pillow. But I keep going. I keep going for 2 reasons right now, folks. It sure as hell isn't me. It's this community and my 2 brothers. But as of lately, I have talked to myself and said, they'll be okay. They'll be okay. If you go now, they'll be okay. I'm a complex person. I have complex emotions, and like I said, you guys will probably come to understand me better in the coming days and when I release that video. It's probably something I do uncut and unscripted too, and it's going to be... It's something that I've tried to do, and I've kept deleting. Like, I want to delete this video too. And it's something that I have to force myself to get through. Because air at the end of September. Locum who? Locum who? I know subtitles. It just never gets things half right, does it? But I thought for hearing impaired individuals and whatnot, on our streams, I do subtitles all the time now. Because I want to include everybody. And, oh, I kind of need another tissue, don't I? I'm a person, and I don't know why people hate me. I don't know why I've endured some of the things I've endured. I've tried to find a saving grace. People turn to religion. I tried that. I tried turning to over half a dozen religions. Got to know them very well. Got to know their religional figure very well. I tried to turn away from the religions. I tried to live right. I tried to do the moral compass. I tried to do what's right. Nothing works. I have no real friends. I don't go and hang out at a bar. The friends that I do have are all online. While I do consider them real friends. And one of them told me, he says, why do you care about everyone's opinion? Why do you care about these trolls right now targeting you? And I show them more than anyone else the things that they've said about me, the things that they've done, the messages that I've received from this individual in their group that shares these things that literally used to be one of their buddies, and he's kind of turned on them, but he's enduring this. So maybe they'll either get tired of it and he'll have his friends back. I'm assuming it's a he, but it could be a she. But I don't know why people do these things. I want people to get to know me. I want us to play video games together. I want us to have fun. I want us to have a community. And I don't know, I don't feel that. I haven't felt that. and then you like there's times that I do go. Don't get me wrong. There's times that I do. But then I'm an intellectual person. I'm a person that looks at numbers analytically. And that's especially this industry. That's what it's all about. You look at some movies. You guys, I'm sure each and every one of you has some sort of movie that you enjoyed, that you love, that didn't do well at a box office or something. And please forgive me while I do this, because my nose is starting to really bother me, and I'm starting to sound really nasally, I'm sure, and you're probably like, oh god, this is horrible, nails on chalkboard. So, give me 1 second. I hate being emotional, because it's almost like a bad allergy day. But, crying involved. Anyway. I typically will diffuse things with humor. Because, again, there's no more incredible sound in the world than someone's laughter. Whether it be a little baby or an elderly person, the best sound in the world is laughter. I don't know where I failed you guys, though. I feel like I have. I really do. I'm just sitting here panicking with the thing connected to my mic, in case you're wondering why I keep looking down. I'm just sitting there and I pick at the thing, and because I'm nervous. I want to delete the video, but at the same time I want people to hear about these things. I want people to you know, hear about some of the things that you know, it's not a choices video, it's not a stream, it's not me going kind of like on a script, but not really. It's me being me, you know, get to know me. Please. And like I said, we may just have a little bit more time together. So like I said, I'm gonna write out the content. On compose yourself, seriously. Turn off the emotions. I wish I knew how. I really do. I wish there was a way to have a lobotomy and stop caring about things. I wish I stopped caring about people's opinions. I care. If someone randomly on the internet says something about me, I care, because I don't know why. And everyone says, you know, I have a really thick skin. Trust me. The people that I've gamed with for, you know, over a decade, I've even given them kind of like a thick skin, because I don't put emotions or things into it. And I typically will just take everything thick skin. They don't really know the real me, and I can just be like the person you've known on YouTube yourselves. That is just a voice. Oh, I hope somehow, some way you guys have made sense of some of the rambling that I've made on this video. I'm so sorry. Like I said, I just want to delete this video, but 48 tries before now, I didn't even get past a minute, so with that being said, I'm going to continue to push out the content. We have a month left of each other's company, well, a little less, but if you want, I'll be on stream. I want to keep doing what I'm doing, and willing I make it through September, but in a way I don't want to. I have suffered so much my entire life, and that's why I'm not too, oh man, September, if you don't come out of this, oh boy. I am kind of happy if that did happen. Like I said, it'll all be made clear soon enough, but in a way I want to come out of it. I want to. There's a small part of me that says maybe things will look brighter, and it's the optimism of my friends. It's optimism, you know, of men specifically, who says, you know, maybe things will get brighter. It's the optimism of when people reach out to me on social media. Know what happens rarely anymore, but they say, hey, don't let things get you down. Keep going through it. They'll leave you alone eventually, or hey, you really made me smile today. Or things like that. People who are loyal to the community, loyal, you know, means a lot. It means a lot for everybody who tunes in, watches my content. I don't think you understand. It means a lot. Because it's all I got. It's all I have left in this world. Especially for an individual who doesn't even know who they are anymore. It just... Whew! Stop crying, shit! Stop crying, shirt. Thank you, subtitles. There's a little giggle. It means a lot. It really does, because I try really hard. I don't let the average troll get to me, who come in during streams and they'll say something either racist or whatnot. They'll say something, somewhere along the way. But I typically don't let those people get to me. It's the people who have been malicious, the people who've done what they've been doing for 2 years, and I've sucked it up. I've taken it and taken it and taken it, and unfortunately, I can't take it anymore. I've tried to keep the comment sections clean on my videos. I've tried to just make content that I thought you would all enjoy, but at the same time, it's like, unfortunately, I like I said, I'm an analytical type of person too. It really plays. I really wish there was a platform that wasn't analytically just saying, by the way, people stop watching at 3 minutes in. 68% of the people that viewed your video is not a subscriber. And then you get all these other comments, and then you get screenshots shared with someone bragging about how they cost you a bunch of subscribers, and it's really, we live in a really crappy world. It's really detrimental to people's health, to people's mental health, especially when you're already a person like me that decided, hey, I'm going to make videos to make people's day and share gameplay and be happy and do things with people and whatnot. And instead of just focusing on that and focusing on building a community and what people call a brand and all this other crap, like, people want to tear you down. People want to destroy you. I understand if you crossed a line, if you broke some rules, you could sit on a camera and cry all day. But if you broke the rules, if you were, a certain, you hated a certain person or a certain color or certain whatnot, then yes, you should get reamed and you deserve it. But for me, like, how people can go and be malicious and hurtful and hateful and go and want to destroy people, like, I don't understand that. I never will. We live in such a very toxic society, civilization, and everything, and I don't, like I said, I could sit here and talk to you for hours, and probably end up crying until the point I don't have any tears left, and I crawl into that bed, which, like I said, I'm going to try pushing to make a stream of gameplay, because again, I'm trying to get this content out. Trying to get it out there. To at least leave you guys with something. This is my legacy. And this is all I have left. So, that being said, if you guys have any questions, leave them in the comments. If you guys want to actually come tune in for a stream, maybe I can make you laugh. Or at least talk to you. Tell me about your day. If you're having a bad day, maybe I can make it better. That's what I live for. How many times have you guys seen me make a video like this? It's very rare. But I just felt it was especially with what's coming up in September. I just felt it was time. And then, like I said, with the video that's really coming up, it's gonna be really hard. It's gonna be really hard. Because I don't want to sit and be a big capital B and cry, but it's going to be very hard to talk about some of these things. It's going to be very hard because, again, it's going to be very hard for you guys to hear some of these things that I have to talk about, that I have had to endure. So, with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and go. I'm going to try and compose myself. And maybe have a little bit of gameplay, so I don't want to be unproductive, waste today by going and what, you know, as you suffers with depression or anxiety or whatnot, probably you all know, you got that big ass voice in your head that says, go lay down, go to sleep. It feels good to go to sleep, doesn't it? You don't cry. But I don't know how many times I've cried myself to sleep. So, that being said, I'm sorry I was emotional, but I needed to make this video, get some of the things off my chest, and let you guys, I didn't want to leave you guys hanging with that statement that I made at the end of the choices video. And hopefully, I don't know, at least alert you guys. So if someone does contact you, and they say, yo, and they act either like me, or they share some stuff with you, just take it with a grain of salt. We live in an age of misinformation. Where, you know, you guys know how I feel, but there is, excuse me while I correct myself, there is even misinformation about political people who are even, and yes, I'm about to say this, who are Trump, who there is misinformation about him. There's misinformation about a lot of people in this world, especially if you're a public figure. And I can definitely say there is a lot of misinformation there about me. I promise you, and I swear on my two special needs brothers' lives, I have never, and will never be racist. I will never be a bigot. I will never be anti-LGBTQ. I mean, what else is there to say? I'm not a hateful person. I wish people would stop saying I am. They have no proof. There's no clips. There's no nothing. The only time, and maybe I could get you to laugh with this, the only time I'm hateful is when I lose an Apex, or I die in a game. But you will never hear me casually say a racist slur when I die. You will never hear me casually say anything, ever, that is against my moral code. You know, I've actually had to get a little bit comfortable with my moral code with some of the chapters or choices videos of kind of going in the very sultry area. I'm not a person who sits here and likes to read things. I kind of get a little squirmy if I'm in a relationship with someone, even until I really get comfortable with them talking about some of the things that we've done in choices or chapters. And I know that may sound very like PG to PG-13ish, but that's just the person I am because the things that I've gone through. And like I said, without getting emotional again, you guys will find out about that sooner enough. But with that being said, thank you all for this journey. Once again, for you guys who have helped support my content, and hopefully for you guys who haven't, who think that just by watching, while it does support, it is so much on a bigger scale when you go and you tell people you should really check out this person. You should really check out their channel, because it's just how the world works. People aren't just gonna open the door one day and, hey, your soulmate's there. I wish it was like that. Much like you're not going to open the door and, hey, the next great PewDiePie or Markiplier or Jacksepticeye or any of those people are going to be there. You didn't open the door and it happened to you, and most likely you have their content shared with you. You found it some way, somehow. Either they paid for ads on YouTube, or somebody shared a meme or a GIF or a video or a clip or something of them to you. And that's the power of sharing. So think about that next time you watch something of anyone's. Think about sharing. So I'm gonna go. Hopefully clear this up before I start doing the stream. I'll probably play some either, I don't know, Borderlands. I'm trying to force myself to play that, to get through it. I don't know if I'm going to play Borderlands 3. It comes out on September 13th. It'll be one of the last few things I start, but at the same time, I think that's part of the problem. Because I started and I don't know if I'd finish it. And I don't want to, in September, start anything and leave it unclosed. I think that's my problem. The only thing I will be starting, and I know I will get finished on, is the Blair Witch game. That is on, I will be streaming. I don't know whether to do that on Twitch or Mixer. So yeah, I don't know. That's still up in the air. With that being said, if you are wanting to tune into a stream, I will be streaming on Mixer. Twitch, I don't know. It's just a very negative community, and so far on Mixer, I have got a very positive, small community from me starting. It's been a positive feel. A few negatives, but you're gonna deal with anything in life with some negatives, so. Okay, thank you all for watching. If you watched any of this video, I wish I could give you a hug. I really wish I could. And maybe, and this is the optimist in me talking to you now, maybe at the end of this in September, if I do make it through it, if we could grow this community big enough, they would invite me to a Twitch or a YouTube or a Mixer thing where I could get a panel and I could get to meet some people that actually care about me. But only with your help. You know, you can't just have random Joe and Schmo go. And I guess it's a small dream I have. It's the only dream I have right now. Because like I said, right now I'm sitting on the fence. I'm sitting on the fence of September is a good month, and it's a bad month. It's a good month, but it's a bad one. So, thank you again for watching, and catch us some other time, hopefully. Peace.